Hey everybody, how's it going? My voice is a bit weak, it's a bit sore in my throat, so I'm sick pretty much. So bear with me. Hopefully, it's not painful to listen to or anything. But we're up to part 3 and let's make a model Land Raider, the Land Raider Mark II-B. And it's really coming together now. It's a big step we took from just having the outer hull painted. We pretty much got, I would say, 90% of the model done. 85 you want to be conservative, if you want to be conservative about it. There we go. Apparently, aside from not being able to speak very well, I just don't know how to speak. So, what we did was, we got the ramps, well, the hatches in place. We put we got the inner hull painted up, just to keep it dark on the inside in case you can't look inside. Because what I did do is I sealed the front hatch. I sealed it because it was pretty much bothering me. The resin pieces weren't my resin pieces for this kit just weren't lining up very well. I don't know how many kits that mold has put out, but it might be. I think it's a little worn. The parts look great. I know the Land Raider looks great, but the Land Raider doors in the front were not. The ramp was not matching up at all. The pieces felt a little shorter in length than they should have been, at least to me. So rather than have it just looking slack-jawed, if you will, or not closed up, cinched up tight, I just glued it tight. Because I don't really open up my models anyway. I have a Land Raider Crusader, it can open up, but I don't do that for some reason. Whenever I deploy them, I just deploy them. So no big loss to me. I still painted up the interior detail a bit because if some way you can look into it, I want you to at least see things that is not bare plastic. So we have we took all the pieces you need to make the inner hull and connect it, because it's not just the inner hull pieces or the bottom. You have the bottom plate. You got to put the ramps in. You got to put this piece in. You got to put the engine part in, and you got to put the power plant, essentially the back of the Land Raider, in. All at the same time, pretty much, when you're going to glue it together. So, it's a big step, but necessary in order to actually assemble it. So that's what we did here. And I base coat everything with a white spray paint again, because I don't have a black spray paint on hand. And I even did this in plastic, just to keep it consistent. So, with that in mind, I painted everything up in the pre-Heresy Dark Angels colors. And I did the front ramp in Mechrite red a bit for the Dark Angel symbol, with some shining gold and mythril silver to kind of accent it. Look from the back, you got this type of look going on. But like I said, the resin parts look great, but fitting them was troublesome. They didn't seem to be matched up quite right. At least for me. Excuse me, I'm sure plenty of people have this kit and have no problem, but I always have problem kits when it comes to getting resin upgrade parts for a kit. So, it took a little finagling, but it's assembled most of the way now. All we really have left is to put the parts in over here that I left out. I'm going to do that at the very end. All we have left, aside from that, are the tracks and the top part of the hull, which I already spray painted white. And I spray painted the tracks white as well. Just follow the instructions. The tracks are numbered on the actual track itself, which is nice. So you know which one's the right track, which one's the left track, and it'll say put like right 7 here, and then you know how to put it there and whatnot. I would suggest with tracks, though, starting from the middle, so the middle area down here, and working your way up around. That's something I would suggest. And then once we do that, we put the top on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the top. Don't forget about the headlights and put it into the spot before you glue it on. So I would suggest gluing the headlights into the top part of the hull first, and then painting it up. I'm going to paint the tracks up. Excuse me. Put the tracks on. Once the tracks are on, in place, and secure, I'm going to put the top hull on. And then I'm going to put the heavy bolters in its place. And probably some smoke launchers, and that's pretty much it. The model will be done in part 4 pretty much. So it was a big jump from part 2 to part 3, and part 3 to part 4 is going to be another semi-big jump. I know people who have had success with the resin parts to make the door open and close, but I didn't have that success with these particular parts. Also because in cleaning up this, when I clipped it, I clipped it a little bit too short. If I left a little bit more on, I think I would have been better off. And that was my human error. I thought the flash ended a little bit farther down than it did. So if I had a little bit more extra play to it, I think it would have been fine. But I didn't. So you live and learn. No big deal. The model is stronger, being completely shut anyway. So the next step, like I said, tracks and the top hull part, and it's looking good. I'm enjoying the look of this model a lot. One thing with resin pieces, at least I'm noticing with this particular kit, the resin likes to chip easily. So I already sealed the sides, but I'm going to go over the model again, do touch-up work once it's fully done, paint black where things have chipped and repaint certain things here and there. And then on the resin parts, I'm going to matte seal it, just like I did the sides. Just for added security, I may do even 2 coats because it is such a big model. It will be getting a lot of wear in terms of picking it up in different places and coming in contact with terrain more because it doesn't have a base. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope this made sense, and hope you can understand what I was saying a bit. My voice is kind of hurting right now, so I'm going to sign off. And that's pretty much it. So stay tuned for part 4. What I'm going to do is, part 4 I'm going to show you the finished product. And then after that, I'll do a army video showing you the entire army. Because a week from this weekend is the tournament, which I'm hopefully going to try and sign up for sometime soon to play in with these guys. Give them a baptism of under fire in a tournament with no actual experience of this particular army itself, so that'll be fun. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So until next time, take it easy.